It's so uncompromising. It makes modern day leader bikes look like a cakewalk. Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! Get that rear wheel chattering, man. Holy crap, this thing's crazy. Pasta experience. Ravioli, mozzarella. Mamma mia, this thing's fantastic.
Biscotti boys, the world over, let us rejoice. Today we are taking the Ducati 1098 out on track. I could not be more excited about this motorcycle. You guys know this is our modern classic giveaway bike. Stretch the definition there a little bit, but this thing is so sweet, we just had to get it. Now, we are here at Eagles Canyon Raceway. It's a 2.7 mile course with about 17 turns, a great spot to test motorcycles. It's my home facility. You guys have seen me take plenty of bikes out here. It's a great track to feel out any type of motorcycle, especially one that has no traction control and 160 horsepower. I am thrilled to be riding this motorcycle today. And make sure you get entered to win this thing. As I mentioned, modern classic giveaway motorcycle. Hit the link below to yammie.co. Join our amazing Discord. Get access to behind the scenes content, all kinds of cool stuff, and you can get entered to win this bike and all of our other ones as well. This motorcycle is awesome. It's a 2008. It is so raw, it's so visceral, it evokes so much of classic motorcycling to me, and as I said, I cannot wait to get it out on track and actually stretch its legs, because we rode it around on the street and it is very difficult to feel out what this motorcycle is actually capable of. Now let's dive in a little bit to what we did to get this bike track ready for today. All right guys, so this motorcycle was professionally serviced by the good folks over at Ducati Austin. So this thing is actually very, very fresh. It's got new belts, new fluids, recently serviced, Desmo's done, brand new tires on it. It's on Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SPs, which is a fantastic track day tire. We dialed in the PSIs to about 31 front and 30 rear to start the day off here. It's a little chilly, as you can see, I'm wearing a hoodie. So we're trying to make sure that those baseline pressures starting off the day off right and having some fun with the bike. A very fun quirk with this motorcycle was actually with the suspension. I had to do a little bit of forum hunting whenever I was setting the suspension up for this motorcycle for the track, and it turns out that it's a very well-known issue with the 1098 platforms that the rear spring and the front fork are actually for two different rider weights. So a larger rider at about 220 pounds would sit on this and the sag would be just about perfect. As you guys can tell, I am not 220 pounds. I'm about 165, wet and soaking, ready to ride, right? So this motorcycle actually does not work for me with this current spring at the rear. I dialed in as much preload as I possibly could, and we measured the sag to be almost within spec. I'm imagining, since I'm not gonna be going race pace with this thing today, it'll probably be just fine. After we did that, we set up the front forks to be just right too, dialed in a little bit more compression and rebound, make sure it's nice and stiff, and now it should be good to go. Everything else on this motorcycle is pretty much bare bones. No TC, no rider modes, nothing like that. It's just a twist throttle with the cable. Go have fun with it. So with all that being said, that's all we've done to this motorcycle today to get it track ready and worthy. Let's get it out and let's have some fun.
Alrighty guys, getting the 1098 out on track. Oh man, I am excited to ride this thing. This bike is such a animal, so analog, so furious, and that is why we are going to do a nice, easy warm-up lap with this thing, get these super courses up to temp, and enjoy this raucous beast of a bike. Woohoo! Now, the first thing you notice about this bike versus a normal leader bike is just how raw it is, man. This bike gives you so much feedback. It's so alive. It's crazy. It blows my mind that people race these things, because this is a hairy, scary bike to ride, man. You spin it up here. God! You grab gears and it just pushes you back in the seat. It's got so much torque. Oh, this thing's delicious. This is what motorcycles are meant to feel like. What a fantastic riding experience this thing is. I do feel a bit silly being that I am wearing this fuchsia colored shirt over my leathers because I've got Josh on track with me. Oh yeah, back straight. Yeah! Yeah, dude! Slipper clutch doing the Lord's work there, grabbing our brake zones. Woo! This thing's fun! What an animal! 160 horsepower, 94 foot-pounds of torque, and not an ounce of traction control on this beast of a bike. Oh, this is so fun. Gotta calm down a little bit because I'm enjoying myself so much. It's so good. Golly! Woo-hoo-hoo! This thing's spicy fresh, let me tell you. Oh man, it's a lot of work to ride, I'm not gonna lie. This thing's intense, it's angry, it's visceral. Oh, you gotta really work for it. It's so uncompromising. It makes modern day leader bikes look like a cakewalk. Oh man, this thing's good. Oh, this is so fun. Oh my god. Grabbing gears yourself. No quick shifter. Nothing like that. Just a cable throttle and a huge V-twin. God, this bike's good. Holy crap. I can't believe how modern it feels, how awe-inspiring it still is over 13 years after its initial production. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! God, that's fun! You get all these squirms and shimmies from the front end, it's so alive! As I get off the side of the bike here, I can literally hear the engine doing different things. That dry clutch whirring away, rattling underneath me. I feel the engine's vibrations change as it comes on the power. It smooths everything out. It's really magical. Oh, I ran that super wide. Get that late line. It's still mighty fast. Mighty, mighty, mighty fast. Woo-hoo-hoo! Get that rear wheel chattering, man. Holy crap, this thing's crazy. Nothing's gonna save you on this thing. It's insane. Oh my god. But it's still playful. I feel like I'm getting to use it, you know? What an animal. Golly. As you guys can probably tell in my voice, this thing's a lot of work to ride. No compromises at all. Oh man, this thing's good. Absolute visceral pasta experience. Ravioli, mozzarella. Mamma mia, this thing's fantastic. Now we got a top end leader bike right here in front of us. We're right there with him. This 1098's got everything for that freaking Honda Fireblade we just passed. This is so exciting to ride. I'm having to use all of my strength to muscle this thing around. This is a man's bike, that's for sure. You gotta be really on it. Maybe that's why Ducati sized the rear spring to be for riders who weigh over 220. Man, I don't know how Haga back in 08 in Superbike is piloting one of these things. Insane, dude, insane motorcycle. The flick-in is fantastic. Mid-corner stability is so good. Missed my shift there. I'm not used to grabbing my own gears in a non-GP shift configuration. That does feel a little weird, but we're making it work, that's for sure. All right, we're gonna get around these two riders here. Chase down this RSV4 for a little bit, shall we? Show them what 2008's twin-cylinder engine really was all about. He's probably gonna decimate me on this back straight. This thing's fun, man. And look at it right there with the modern RSV4. Look at it go, man. I'm probably so much more worn out than he is because this thing's a freaking handful. Oh, the brakes are really good. You can just dive bomb into stuff. It's ridiculous. Woo-hoo-hoo, he got a little squirrely there. This thing's a wild ride, man. Gotta be in the right gear. Man, this guy in the RSV4 is really cooking it a little too hot into these corners, huh? Oh, this thing's amazing, guys. I can't even believe this motorcycle. I might do one more lap and then pit out because I am seriously so tired from this thing. I can't believe how much it beats you up. Even more than a normal leader bike. There's Josh on his SV. Heck yeah. Sorry, Josh. Alright guys, I think that's all I can muster on the 1098. What a visceral experience. Golly, this thing's, I can't even have words for it. Oh, it's so angry. It's so aggressive. Absolute beast. Cooling down here a little bit on this half lap. About to pit in. I'm tired, guys. This thing has worn me the hell out. Holy crap.
All right, guys, we are back in the garage after ripping around the 1098 for the day, and what can I even say? This motorcycle has awoken something inside of me. I just feel like every modern leader bike is boring and purposeless and soulless. This has so much emozione and character. But the real story here for me is just how raw and animalistic this motorcycle is. The frame combined with the engine just produces such a raw riding experience, so much so that this bike actually beat me up on track more than any other bike I've ever taken around ECR. I actually only did about 7 or 8 laps on my last session because my shoulders and my arms were so tired. And maybe Ducati knew that because they literally sprung the rear for like a 220-pound rider. Maybe they thought that only bodybuilders should ride this thing and only very strong, big, tough men should ride it. But me as a normal dude still had so much fun on this motorcycle. It is so angry, it's so grunty. Grabbing your own gears up and watching the front dance as you come off the corners is ridiculous. As you guys saw in the vlog, I really put that slipper clutch to the test and had the whole rear just chattering as I was entering one of the corners. This is a riding experience unlike anything else, and it's crazy how far leader bikes have come in just the span of 12 to 13 years. This has almost nothing in comparison or in likeness to something like the Fireblade or a new R1. It is a completely different riding experience, and yet for the average track day rider, they would be just as fast on this as they are on a new Fireblade or an R1 or something like that. The only thing that I could think of for people who are maybe not as familiar with track day riding, if you're thinking about getting a 1098 or an older super bike like this, you guys gotta be really mindful of the throttle, really know what you're doing and how to pick up the throttle off corner exit and off your apexes, because as I mentioned, 160 horsepower, 94 foot-pounds of torque, and not an ounce of traction control on this thing. So there were many moments where I felt the rear tires slip, many moments where I knew I had to manage my power coming out of corners. This is a motorcycle that only the truly talented can just whack it wide open at the apex and just expect it to work. You know, it makes me think about, you know, 2007, 2008 World Superbike era, Noriyuki Haga, right? All those guys riding this platform, and it just blows my mind that people were able to ride these things at race pace like they were nothing, you know? For us mere mortals, us track day enthusiasts, this is still such an awesome slice of motorcycling, and it is so cool that pristine examples like this exist, that we can go out and get them and try them and ride them, and they still can be serviced and maintained and preserved, because I really think we have lost something in these new crop of leader bikes that are all chasing top-end power, all computer assisted, all this stuff. This is a bike like very few that I've ridden, and it's a 10 out of 10 for me. This thing is so fun, it's so raucous and raw, and to me it's what motorcycling should be. And after saying all that, I now am so sad that I have to give it away at some point in the future. Hit the links down below, get yourself a piece of merch, get yourself this storied, beautiful piece of motorcycling history, and maybe you can take it around your local track and rail it around, as I have had the tremendous privilege and opportunity to do so. Thank you so much for watching today's video. We'll catch you in the next one. See you later. All right, look, you don't have to lie to me. If you had time for one Yammie Noob video all the way to the end, you probably have time for another one. You should probably just click this link and watch the video right over here. I promise it's gonna be good. You won't regret it. Seriously, you should just click it. I'm sure it's good. We only make good stuff around here. You should just watch it. Why are you still here?